Hello viewers, welcome to another edition of God's Eye. In today's broadcast we shall be giving you all the latest update on the Russian-Ukrainian war. First, take a second of your time and subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to receive latest update. Israeli intelligence agency Image has warned of an irregular presence of Russian strategic bombers sighted at a nuclear weapons base. Released satellite images may indicate that Vladimir Putin may have been preparing bombers to attack the newly formed outbuildings. The Kremlin warned on Friday that attacks on the regions of Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson and Zaporozhye, now part of the Russian Federation, could lead to a nuclear reaction. On Saturday afternoon, Putin will launch a low-yield tactical nuclear weapon in the Lyman region, defending Russian territory, as Ukrainian forces allegedly hunted down his 5,000 frightened Russian soldiers. "I knew it was time to seize every opportunity." Ukrainian troops enter the city of Lyman and Russia. They will have to appeal if they are concerned, wanting to return their 5,500 soldiers. The West should be prepared for a nuclear strike, after Kremlin warns that any attack on their recently annexed land is an attack on Russia. Fighters arrive in Belarus, with 500,000 soldiers mobilized expected, while Putin is preparing a huge attack on the head. Chechnya tells Putin to launch tactical nuclear weapons with a low level of profitability, because more than 5,000 Russian soldiers fled the estuary. Israeli analysts believe that bombers came from Engels Air Base, which is the house of the 121st Heavy Bombers Aviation Regiment, capable of carrying nuclear weapons. They said, "Thanks to the current models, the system indicates that Engels Base is a possible starting point for strategic bombers found in Agilia." Satellite photographs were taken, showing 3 Tu-95s on September 25, then on August 21 in the air base, there were 4 Tu-160s. A social media military observer at address @DL5577 wrote, "Radioactive suit. I was also given iodine and other drugs to protect me from the radiation. Potassium iodide positions in the amount of almost 5 million rubles have appeared on the open market in Moscow," the source added. Ukrainian forces surrounded some 5,500 Russian troops on Saturday morning, and by noon the Russian Defense Ministry announced that it had withdrawn all troops from the Lyman area. Ramzan Kadyrov, the leader of the Chechen army and a close aide to Putin, told the Russian president that more drastic measures had to be taken. Kadyrov wrote in his telegram, "In my personal opinion, we should take more urgent measures, from the announcement of martial law in the border area and the use of low-level nuclear weapons." The Russian Ministry of Defense announced at 2:20 p.m. on Saturdays that 5,500 soldiers had fled from the Lyman city in eastern Ukraine, as part of the creation of environmental threats. As part of the creation of environmental threats, the Allies have been rejected to a more profitable line from the classy Lyman Colonial. This will be considered a serious loss for Putin. Vladimir Putin has been prepared to conclude negotiations with Ukraine to agree to the end of the current war, and he is territorial. He claimed not to apply. On Friday, Vladimir Putin signed a decree in the Kremlin officially making the Ukrainian regions of Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson and Zaporozhye part of the Russian Federation. The Kremlin warned that any attack on any part of the newly annexed territory would immediately be considered an act of aggression against Russia.